Hi, everyone. Ed Bixby here from the Global Green Burial Alliance, and this is Spotlight Now. Today, I am with Lisa Aron, who is the Secretary of the Rosemont Cemetery, a historical burial ground located in Hunterdon County, New Jersey. As a hybrid cemetery, the Rosemont Cemetery offers traditional and natural burial services featuring a unique memorial garden and natural burial site. Welcome, Lisa.
Thank you. I really appreciate you having me.
Absolutely. It's our pleasure. So why don't we get started by learning a little bit about the history of the Rosemont Cemetery? I understand that it dates back nearly 300 years.
It does. It's a really fascinating history. Hunterdon County as a whole is an extremely historical county. We have a lot of parts of Hunterdon County that were involved in the American Revolution, which is really cool. So Rosemont the cemetery actually started in 1729. It was established in 1729. And one of the residents of Rosemont, George Fox, he set aside a portion of his property to use for local people's burials. And that's really how it got started.
Well, that's very interesting. And I can tell the viewers that, I have been to Rosemont. I am aware of the area. It's a beautiful area and certainly a place that is rich in history. So if you ever have a
It
chance,
is.
yeah, visit Rosemont because you won't be sorry that you did. And
No,
tell,
you can totally go down like a history rabbit hole with the area and just all it's really fascinating because I'm not going to say I didn't care too much about the history before. It's not that. It's just I guess I wasn't aware of how much history there was in this area, and the cemetery really got me thinking about that and made me pursue that. And then I still don't know even like I know a very small percentage still of the history of this area, and you can just keep going. It's amazing.
It absolutely is, and it's a good point that Lisa brings up that these historical cemeteries, they are the forefathers, the people who built the communities we live in. So to create these types of spaces to not only honor them but to honor, the area and the residents is a really unique opportunity.
Mhm.
And tell us a little bit about how that Rosemont's Memorial Garden and Natural Area came to be. Was there an inspiration for its creation, such as, let's say, a community need, or was it a personal experience? What led Rosemont to create this space?
So it all happened before I came on board, but I was able to reach out to our former secretary, who was really, really pivotal in this whole green burial section getting started. It actually started with the secretary prior to her who had this idea. I guess she must have heard about it somewhere, who knows where. I mean, at that point, it was really in its infancy. And then she took that to the board and they were like completely not receptive. I think it was just this wild concept that they couldn't really wrap their heads around. So I'm not sure what happened after that, but then in 2015, really the somewhere between like 2011 and 2015, they must have become a little bit more receptive to it. And our previous secretary, Kathleen, was the one who really got the ball moving with that. And so it started development in 2015 and it went live, if you will, on Earth Day 2017.
Wow, that's been a while too. So that's great. I mean, funny enough, I do remember speaking to someone from Rosemont many years ago when I was with the Green
Mhm.
Burial Council talking about this. And that's a testament that not only did you create the space for the community, but it's been successful. And for the viewers to understand, how was the site designed? Meaning, I understand the graves are laid out in a series of concentric circles. Could you tell us a little bit about the meaning behind that and how the design came to be?
Sure, yeah. It was decided that the original green section would be set up in a circular layout. The I would say the first like ring of the green burial section is a full circle. Some of them are more like parentheses as they go further out. And the circles were to represent the circle of life and also the community around us. And it's a really neat layout. It comes with its challenges for our superintendent with marking out, and it is a really neat thing but it's also a difficult thing when you start marking out for burials and trying to show people exactly where that grave is.
No, I understand, but it sounds very unique, and I think that's
Hmm.
what's really interesting. I think that's what catches people's attention. To have something, and the meaning of it is very lovely.
Hmm.
The circle of life. Uh, so, how has the project been received by the community? Do you see growing local interest in eco-friendly funerals? I think I know the answer to that, but how has it grown over the years?
Well, you might be surprised, actually. So, local interest has been very slow moving. Most of our burials came from initially from North Jersey, through, as you know, Prout Funeral Home. Bob has been a huge proponent of this movement. And then locally, I would say, as local as they are, we've done a lot of work with Brighton Ford as well. They've been bringing a lot of people in to the Green Burial movement too. But as our local Delaware Township involvement, I don't know that it's really where it should be. That's something that we're working on. I think that the people that are interested, it's kind of coming closer and closer to Hunterdon County. But I would say the majority of our interest has come from outside of our community, which is something that's, I'm not sure why. I don't know really what the reason is, if it's because a lot of our residents are older and then they're more used to like a traditional method of burial, or if they're turned off to the concept of natural burial. But the people that we do get who are interested in it from outside of our community are super, super interested in it, which is great. So just got to find a way to kind of get it out there with our local community. We've tried it. Our sign now says actually natural burials on it. So when you drive by, you can see that. But I think it's like maybe people don't know that it's there. So we're trying to get it out there more. And more so on social media in our local Facebook group. So I think people are getting there.
And Lisa, just so I can speak to the viewers about your experience, believe it or not, this is fairly typical. I mean, we have many,
Mhm.
many burial grounds across the country, and we see the same type of thing. It takes a while to get the community to understand, if they're not seeking the option, to even understand what the option is. But it will come,
Yeah.
and that's the beautiful thing is that certainly every community has the ability to have a space like this, but it's also beautiful that we can serve all communities, and they will come, from greater distances. So that sounds to me like you're on the right track, and I'm sure that the local community will certainly start to come once they understand what it is. Uh, so currently, what is the availability of the Rosemont Memorial Garden and Natural Burial Area? Do you plan to expand the space in the future?
So the original space, the one that's set up in the circular layout, that one is actually currently sold out with full body plots. We did do various phases of expansion, so like adding on to that circular layout with more of those parentheses. Um, and then even those sold out. I mean, the interest in the full body burial again, and I don't mean to say that people from our community haven't been interested, but I would say that the interest definitely comes from outside of our community, and those people are very interested. And then that led to them telling friends and family, and more people came, and then that section actually did sell out, even after those expansions. So what we did is we opened up a phase two, which is set up across the driveway from the original section. Unfortunately, it's not in a circular layout. It was just a little bit easier to do it in a more like grid-like layout, and also optimized the space that we had a little bit more. Because what happened with the circles is the way that the burials are laid out, you ended up having these little like wedges of almost like pie shaped little wedges in between the full body graves. So what they did was they ended up selling those as cremation plots. And so we know, fire cremation's not super, eco-friendly really. I mean, I think I would say more than a traditional burial with like embalming fluid and a lacquered casket with a vault and everything. But so I'm hoping that, once New Jersey can embrace, alkaline hydrolysis, and maybe we can get those cremation plots sold. But right now, the full body plots are really where people are going.
And that's interesting. And just so Rosemont knows, you will have success with it. Mainly, believe it or not people who are choosing cremation in the present. You will find that over time that you will have people that will memorialize loved ones from the past that they have the cremains. So it certainly is a wonderful option to have, and I'm sure you'll do well with it. Um, Obviously, you and I both know how special natural burial is. So, what is your fondest memory or moment been since you've begun your journey at Rosemont? Is there anything that sticks out to you that really, makes this your passion come from an experience?
Um, as far as the green section, for me, it's really been just trying to change the perception, you know, maybe within our own community, like we talked about, trying to grow it, trying to get it out there, joining groups like the Global Green Burial Alliance, getting our social media up, and trying to get into the community. So for me, really personally, like it's just been the desire to further the movement really of green burials, because it's something that I really truly believe in, and I want people to know about it, and I want people to understand about it. And really, like, a green burial in our cemetery, in the green burial section, is really just a throwback to the oldest burials in the cemetery, which they didn't know it back then, but those were green burials, like all of the Revolutionary War soldiers and everything. No one was embalmed. They were just put in a like pine box and they were buried. No vault, nothing. So it's just kind of trying to understand that, like, this green burial, it's not new. It's really old. And just kind of bringing that concept back.
Absolutely, you're absolutely correct, and kind of ironically, the full circle has come full circle, like your design. From
Hmm.
your earliest inhabitants of your Revolutionary War soldiers to today. Now, it's kind of just come full circle. So, is there anything that we might have missed, Lisa, that you'd like to share with the viewers concerning Rosemont and their offerings?
I don't think there's anything we really missed. If you're interested in history, particularly Revolutionary War history, I definitely encourage you to research Rosemont and research this area of Delaware Township. Rosemont is part of Delaware Township. Research the family names. I mean, if you're local, come to the cemetery, check out those sections, and then definitely check out our green section, of course. To me, it'll be for full circle when we have people with those old names down in our green section. So I'm hoping we can get there someday, because they still do have family
Oh,
members around here.
oh, I'm sure you do. New Jersey is steeped in history. There's no doubt about
It
it.
really is. It
And
really
a lot
is.
of people, a lot of people don't go very far from where they first came. So,
Mm-mm.
no, it's very interesting. Well, I can tell the viewers that Rosemont's beautiful. They do wonderful work. Please do check them out. Thanks for joining us, Lisa. Viewers, you can learn more about the Rosemont Cemetery by visiting therosemontcemetery.com. And please do, Lisa, share any events you have, and the Global Green Burial Alliance would be pleased to share that information with our viewers.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm one of my goals is to get back on social media this year and just get a little bit more active, because for a while there we kind of weren't posting. But there. Oh, and also one of the other thing is we are involved in have you heard about Revolution New Jersey?
No, tell us a little bit about that.
Oh,
No, I
okay.
did not.
So that's something that I'm trying to work towards as well. It doesn't really have so much to do with green burials. It's more of the revolutionary history. But New Jersey has an initiative that in July 4th, 2026, they are commemorating the 250th anniversary of the Revolutionary War. And we signed up to be one of the sites. So that's something I want to work on, and I guess I probably could link green burials into that with how it was back then. So
Absolutely. Yeah, please do share that information with us. We'd be glad to post it for you. And thanks again for today, and to the viewers, please do, like I said, visit Rosemont Cemetery. It's a beautiful place. And till the next time, Ed Bixby signing out, Global Green Burial Alliance.
thank you so much. I really appreciate it.